And we're just going to start with getting ourselves centered and grounded. And those of you that are following me recently will know I've moved into a van, a little motorhome, and so having flamey candles is not the greatest. So I have some little LEDs which I've just drawn some symbols on that resonate with me. So I'm just gonna, those are my candles for now. I'm just gonna pop those up there. Okay. I am very excited to be able to do this little creative journaling process through the moment of equinox. I've done it once before, but I just love being able to be creating at that time. So let's just get ourselves centered. I invite you to have a sip of water. The work that we do changes neural pathways in our brains, and it's really important to stay hydrated. And I'll talk a little bit about the moon in Taurus. The moon is, and the astrology of the now moment, that's really coming through very strongly, as that we connect with the now of this moment. So I'm going to use some of my little essential oil. I'm not going to put it on me as such. I'm going to put it on my page. But it does just smell like you're on a woodland walk. So awakening the senses. I'm noticing the colours that I've chosen, and they actually match what I'm wearing today, so I'm obviously drawn to those pinky purple colours today. And just take a deep breath in and release. Okay, move your shoulders. Move any part of your body that feels a little bit stuck, because what we are doing in this creative time is creating ourselves a space. Let's represent that on our page. And what's really interesting, because we always listen in to what is wanting to be on my page, and I'm coming in with a red, deep red oil pastel, and I'm just noticing sometimes, you know, we resist, because that's what that oil pastel is doing. We resist creating the space for ourselves that we need, and that is very much part of being in the now moment. Okay, interesting. So go with whatever your muse wants to bring forward. Here is my space. I love that we've created this symbolism of the red thread connecting us all as we do this work. And take a breath. I want to talk just very, very briefly about the energies of equinox as we move towards the moment of equinox. And I'm going to work with the layout as I always see it, as I am in the northern hemisphere. So I see June up the top here, because that is the maximum, the height of the longest day. Down here in December, in the northern hemisphere, is the shortest day. So we would have March over there, and here we are in September, moving from the longest day down towards the shortest day. If you are in the southern hemisphere watching this, I suggest you do that the other way around. So you would have December and June, and you'd obviously go December, March, June, December, March, June, September. Doesn't really matter, but energetically this is how I see things this way round. And I'm just checking the time, 13:37. So today, equinox, what is equinox? Here we are in September, longest day, shortest day. September and March, we have an equal amount of night and day, light and dark. This is why it's called equinox. Equinox equal night. There's a sense of equality and balance. Up here at solstice, we have that still point, but here in equinox, there's that balance sense. Now, in the UK, it's at 13:43. So it'll be 43 minutes past the hour of wherever you are now. We're looking at probably in about 5 minutes time. Oh, a little buzz of excitement. 5 minutes from now. 5 minutes from now. Maybe I should have started this earlier. But you know what? Whatever the time is, this is the perfect moment, the perfect timing. And that's something I've really been challenged personally over the last year, is surrendering to divine timing. So if you're feeling impatient about something, you're going, oh, but I want this thing to happen, I want it now. Surrendering to that divine timing is what is coming through for this. It's 5 minutes from now and I want to get on with it. But you just go, breathe through. Just bringing my live clock up. Okay. There's a real sense today in just breathe, just take the time, just pause, just pause. What does that look like? To slow down. Okay, I want to do an unwinding, so I'd like you to pick any colour and just go from this September and just rewind through June, back towards June, back to summer solstice, back round to March. I've had a huge year, many people have. Let's just unwind anything that we don't want to carry through to the next season. So we're moving in an anti-clockwise direction all the way around to last September. Last September was huge, made some big life decisions last September. And just unwind, slow that down, slow down the movement as we reflect on this last year. It's been huge. Transformational energy has been, oh, look at that. Look how I've run out of crayon, and we have to make an adjustment. Just love the symbolism that comes forward as we do this very simple slowing down to the moment in just 2 minutes time of the moment of equinox. Perfect balance. So often we want the highs, but we don't want the lows. We want the longest days, but then we resist the darkness of the shortest nights. Just breathe into that. Just connect again with your page. This is really a time to just breathe, be still, acknowledge that perfect moment, that perfect balance, which is, and again I'm called to this resistance of the now. We so often want to rush ahead, or we don't want to rush ahead and we want to stay in the comfort. We don't want to push forward into the unknown. So just in this minute of equinox, let's just take a breath together, breathing in and release. Breathing in and release. One more, breathing in and release. Feel all of the incoherent energy that you may have experienced in the last year. Just allow that to be released. Let it go. Let go. I feel you know, if I had a bit more space, I think I might jump up and down and want to. There's a sense of wanting to move into the new season. Whew. Okay. And I promised you a symbol. And I absolutely adore drawing this symbol, creating this symbol. So let's just go through this together. Okay, choose a color, pick a color, any color. It's so interesting how I'm still with my resist. This whole book has been around surrendering and going, that's all good. Okay, so I'd like you to sort of find the center of your circle. And again, that equinox energy, equality, balance, come to the center. Find your center. Here's my center. And how interesting. I've just picked a yellow, that golden yellow, reminding me of, you know, those we've had bright sunshine in the last week. Okay, and we're going to draw a figure 8. We're going to draw that infinity symbol, the figure 8. So we're going to go out. And we're going to come back down here. Here's my figure of 8. Infinity symbol. Infinite possibilities. You know, I'm noticing that, you know, I'm called to use this resist, because this is the surrender. This is the surrender. Let go of the resistance of the infinite possibilities that the universe has for you in this next season. There's a sense of wanting to speed up. No, I am being drawn to slow down, appreciate, be in the now moment. Sometimes it's quite hard to get into that center. Okay. Whew. And there's a real sense now that I'm being led to going, okay, now we can start to add the color. And again, it's that pinky, bluey, purpley colours that I'm wanting. So, and I'm going, oh yes, I'm going to use those. No, we're going to get messy. Let's get messy. Let's start with the yellow. So allow, you know, where do you need to shift? I thought I was going to be doing this with pinks and purples, and the university's going, no, you're not. You go, okay, fine. Allow yourself to be messy. I think that for me has been a theme for the last 6 months, possibly. You know, how can you allow yourself to get messy? Well, let's see. So I've got a palette here, which is a paper palette, so I'm loving this in the van because it does make life a lot easier. And I'm going to start with some yellow. Okay, let's pop that over there. And I'm going to think now about, can you see we've now got the start of the Yin-Yang symbol. There it is. There it is. It wants to be bright yellow. Ooh. Okay. Coming around there. So Yin-Yang symbol is a fabulous symbol for balance and equality. We're balancing the masculine and the feminine. Right, we do need to add a little circle. We need to add a little circle in each of these. And loving that it feels uncomfortable. It feels slightly awkward working across the page here. you know, across that barrier. We resist so often what the universe wants to make so easy for us. So let's just do that. Okay, so I'm coming in with my yellow, so the yin-yang symbol, this all becomes the yellow, or whatever colour you have chosen. And I'm loving now, I can see that beautiful now shining through, reminding me that actually all I need to do is just allow myself to be in the present moment. What does that feel like? I can smell the sort of slightly oily pastel. I can smell that woodland walk. That one, of course, gets to be the same. We bring the light and the dark. We bring them into perfect balance. Already just feeling tension draining. I can't think of any other word. Tension just draining away. I'm going to choose another colour. Allow your muse to just go with what other colour wants to come in. And I think I did have a couple of colours. I think it wants to be this green. Okay. Now, it's really interesting that for me, the combination of these two colours, of the yellow and green, are colours which show up for me as representative of my inner child. The colours that my inner child chose are these sort of the yellow and green, and they always remind me to play. So what am I bringing in to the new season? Because this is what we are reflecting on at the time of equinox. We are releasing and letting go of the old season, of the old energies, and we're bringing in the new energies. And although we're moving into autumn, and then it'll come down to that winter, December, there's a real sense of, yeah, but we get to carry it. Don't forget to play. Don't forget to play. That is the message that I am receiving as I draw the symbol at this equinox. Because, you know, we can get so serious about all of this. We can get so serious. And just that yellow and the green for me are, don't forget to play. I'm going to write that around. Here's what I'm bringing in now to my new season. And it is a don't forget, because we do forget so easily. Don't forget to play. Don't forget to have fun. You know, we have Fun Friday, because life is supposed to be enjoyed. Enjoy what you're doing. You know, have you lost it? I love that word, enjoy. Have you lost the joy somewhere along the way when we've all, you know, life becomes terribly serious and you go, oh, yes, don't forget to play. Often in this process, we write a prayer around our page, and that this feels like this is my prayer. Please show me how to play. Please show me how to have fun. Please show me how to enjoy life in this next season, when there have been times which have been really, really tough. And I just want to move that energy. I love moving energy with colour. So here is my reminder. Have fun. Play. Yeah, trust. Woo. Trust the universe. You know, where are you trying to control everything to you know, to such a degree that you stop having fun because you're trying so hard to control and keep things in the status quo. 1343, that was the number. I'm just drawn to that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah, of course. So in the UK, if I add up those numbers, it'll be different for you. Add the numbers for your time zone, see what comes up. So for me, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it's 11, isn't it? I can't even add up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. 1, 1. Open to opportunities. The start. And, you know, on a personal note, that is just so pertinent, so relevant, as I am poised to start a very new phase in my life. So, you know, you can look up the symbolism of angel numbers, double numbers, see what comes up for you. 1, 1, of course, 1 + 1 is 2. We have that balance of light and dark, masculine, feminine, held in this perfect now moment. Just breathe into that. Okay. I'm reminded that, you know, it's so hard to slow down. And one of the ways I like to do that is, you know, now let's start from that September and just bring that energy around in a clockwise direction. How are you feeling? What are you feeling? How are you being right now in this moment of stillness, of balance, of play? And then enjoy and remembering that. Let's take that forward. Move that now in a clockwise direction. And again, I want to get some paint on the page, and I'm sort of leaning in and go, well, okay, what's this telling me? I'm loving the fact that this paint is a purple, but it's called metallic amethyst. Okay, so there's that beautiful amethyst crystal wanting to come in here, and the flow. This is how we move through the next year. We move in flow, and that is speaking to me about letting go of the control, being in connection. Oh, look at that, there's a really messy bit there. You know, am I ready to release the perfection where my page is torn? The sorts of, you know, what does your paintbrush want to do? My paint now wants to go all squiggly, and there's that. I'm loving the patterns. What patterns will emerge for you over the next year? This is interesting. It doesn't want to be a solid colour. It wants to be this sort of swirly pattern. This week in particular, I have been reflecting on being at the edge. I've paddled in the sea, right at the edge, between the land and the water, just at the water's edge. And you know, the water's edge, right, when we live at the edge, when we live in this liminal space of being at the edge, it can feel a little bit uncomfortable. It can feel a bit messy. You know, are you ready? Are you ready to be a bit messy and allow the edges? I'm loving this gap. I'm just drawn to this gap here. And it's that gap between this is where we live. You know, this beautiful purple amethyst liminal space. Oh, I'm loving this. But there's that gap. There's my space. There's my space. You know, and all I want to fill it in. Oh, How uncomfortable does that feel, to leave some space around? This is where we are. This is where I feel I am being called to live in this edge place, and it feels uncomfortable. I will absolutely 100%. I want to fill it in. I don't want to leave this space. Really interesting when we do this work. So please do share what comes up for you as you draw this symbol. I have drawn this symbol many times at Equinox, and it never fails to bring more wisdom, more insight, new layers of information, new challenges. here's my gap. Mind the gap. And where I will go from here is often with this process, we want to go from a place of creating into a place of journaling and reflection. And then we might come back to the page, and then there might be something else that comes up for us. So my invitation is to share your Equinox symbol. You may have drawn a completely different symbol from me, and that's absolutely perfect. And just share what came up for you. If you have drawn this one, do share your pages in the Facebook group, or even if you are watching on YouTube, then pop those in the comment.